Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Talk Facts, the podcast where we go behind the deep dive. Now, the next person who got the deep dive treatment on YouTube was, of course, this creature, Geordie Princess. So first we're going to start by reacting to that deep dive, talking about the filming process, what was going on, and then I'm going to throw in loads of different reactions. We're going to look at tattle threads, we're going to look at all sorts of different things and give our opinions on it. Now, obviously, this is a podcast. You may be watching it on YouTube or listening to it on Spotify. Every month on the 1st, one of our podcasts launch, so be ready for it every time. Don't forget as well, if you enjoy the podcast, please make sure to leave a review on Spotify or a thumbs up on YouTube. It really helps. Guys, it's the Fact Freak and welcome to today's deep dive on Geordie Princess. Now remember, these videos are awareness as well as really taking a look at the person mentioned. Some of you guys may know that I've already done deep dives on Geordie Princess on TikTok. However, I've currently removed them while this goes live. I guess you guys might wonder why? Why, Fact Freak, are you going back and doing a deep dive on somebody that you've already... Yeah, I did a deep dive on her on TikTok, but I couldn't really find a lot of information about her. So when I did the deep dive, it was kind of very much in that vein. I didn't really have a lot to give out. And then everyone who saw it was like, whoa, Facts, do you not know this? Do you not know the other? Look here if you want to see. And then obviously that led to me giving it a proper look at once I'd moved over to YouTube. Done one before. It's quite simple, really. There's still a lot more to discover when it comes to Geordie Princess. Now let's start all the way at the beginning. Now, of course, when you search Geordie Princess, you get multiple, nearly about as many accounts as if you search the Fact Freak. Fan accounts and not so fan accounts. However, Julie, like myself, runs multiple accounts as she gets a lot of strikes and accounts taken down and videos taken down. Now, of course, like a lot of creators on the app, Julie is accused of begging, being a horrible beggar. Now, in my first deep dive, I said I could not find any evidence of that. However, there was evidence everywhere. My bad, like literally my bad. Possibly one of the worst deep dives I ever did, but it was in the infancy of me doing them, to be fair. In these screenshots, it shows people saying in the chat that they've given the state of that money for various things. Get a tab, I was going to say. Julie, I'll send you some money for some tabs and a bottle of wine. Have a chill there. Julie, I'm sure when I look into more about Julie after this particular part of the reaction stuff, I'm sure nothing's changed. Like, send you 20 for food. If you need more, let me know. So looking at them, you'd think, hey, she's been begging for money. These people have been sending her money for cigarettes, alcohol. But actually, this isn't evidence of Julie begging. This could be somebody typing that in the chat. There is no evidence. Well, that's true, but now I know a lot more about Geordie Princess. That would have definitely been from begging. Or is there? Well, the audio got muted for this bit, and I didn't know until it uploaded. That doesn't look very good now, does it, Julie? No, that doesn't. That picture, my holy... Kind of looks like me if I'd put one of those tops on, if I'm honest with you. I've had to edit that clip as worried about copyright with the song behind it. However, if you want to see the full clip, it is on... It must have been removed because of that. My Instagram, The Fact Freak. Now, one thing I will say around begging and begging on TikTok, it is not against TikTok's terms and conditions for somebody to beg for gifts, beg for money. However, it might be a sort of personal thing to whether you like that person because they beg or not. It is also the choice of the people gifting to gift. However, we don't like people who claim, I don't beg, and then they do. That'll be a lie. Now, of course, Julie stands for body shaming, which is a massively important thing for people. I said body shaming. I literally said she stands for body shaming. No, she was trying to stand up for body positivity, but she body shames everybody. Must have been on my mind. Honestly, these sort of things would not get past the video release now, I'd hope. People to strike out against. Body shaming can lead to mental health issues, including eating disorders, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and body dysmorphia, as well as general feeling of hating one's body. What a thing to strike out against. And it looks like Julie does just that. Or at least that's what she says she does.
Lie. Dirty, horrible, ugly bastard. Dirty.
Look at her. I haven't watched anything to do with Geordie Princess for months. Every time it frightens me the way she is. She's absolutely horrifying. Imagine walking into that in the back lane. Now that was a few excerpts from some of Julie's toxic lives, and I really do mean toxic. And we'll be looking into them a little bit more in a moment. You see, I can understand that Julie is obviously reacting potentially to somebody that she doesn't like. However, body shaming and speaking to people like that is never right. You know, once you go to that level, you can't preach about other people who do it. Especially when you are a creator and an influencer. Your actions can influence others. It's not all right for you to promote body shaming, then turn around and say things like this.
It's the ugly ones that sit and grief you. Like, someone so fucking sour.
Of course, I don't know how these people, when they speak like that, don't, like, just have an awakening moment where they're like, am I talking about them or me? After the deep dive I had already done on Geordie. Oh, she sent us a load of messages, didn't she? Look at this. More than issues, I've received fake blood to my door by the same 42-year-old woman from Southampton. She hacked my email address. If you look on Tattle Life, Geordie Princess 29, you'll find everything I have to go through by these. I try to take my own... Oh, I can't read that. Because of this hate group. A picture of my house is even on Tattle Life. And the police have me at high risk and waiting to be moved. The people that hate on me, these girls used to love me till I got over 170,000 followers. Honestly, you notice I'm not replying, paragraph after paragraph. Quite a lot of messages making quite a lot of claims. She says, more than issues, I've received fake blood to my door by... Now just in that paragraph, there's a lot to break down. And of course, a lot of things that Julie says has happened could be down to the leak of her address. Now, we've talked about doxing before. Doxing is legal if you do it through legal means. For example, if you had somebody's name. Yeah, this is something that is hugely misunderstood on social media, especially on TikTok by creators. You look them up on Facebook, there's a picture of their house and their street name. That's legal because the information is publicly available. So as creators, if we are worried about that sort of stuff, we should lock our stuff down as much as we can. But has Geordie Princess done that?
Hi guys, who was ever on my live there? I've been
streaming outside of her house. I think she tried to say that this was somebody else's house or something, but the point still remained because she'd streamed outside of her own house as well.
Banned from both accounts now, but you know what? I've still got Instagram. Go on my Instagram, Geordie Princess 29, where I'm going to be doing it for the next talk. You know what it is? I'm not even appealing it. I make more money off TikTok, off Instagram than I do TikTok anyway.
I would love to know how. I mean, like, this was, 2 years ago or something. I would love to know how you earn money off Instagram. What sponsorships do you have? What, like, fix a dent for your teeth? Like, or what?
Keep coming for us, girls. You know why? Because, you know, when social service and the police knock on your door.
About one of the girls? I hope so.
Right. It's over, innit, girls? It's over, really. Mickey, what do you think about the situation?
Just have a look at the street. Oh, yeah, please get Mickey's opinion. There, even though that guy is hilarious. But, of course, Yeah, comments like I deliver in that area, etc. There is a nice video of Julie ranting, as usual, in front of her house. She not only shows the front of her house, but shows the surrounding streets. Now, if you look very carefully at the comment of how... But I understand now that this wasn't actually her house, but a family member's house. So she's allowing the family member's house to get doxed, and then she would complain about that. Highlighted. Somebody is literally saying, I deliver there, I know that address. It is that easy to be doxed. Now it's time to talk about Julie's toxic lives. Now I mentioned this before, and I do honestly think they are toxic. I'm sorry, podcast listeners on Spotify, you can't see these. Actually, to be fair, you have it easy because there are so many pictures of Julie Askew, Geordie Princess, looking just absolutely clapped that you can't see. So, to be fair, this might get me more listeners on Spotify now if they know they're going to avoid stuff like this. I don't think that Julie lives a happy life that should be promoted to thousands of people. No, 100% not. 100% not. Although I will be through this podcast having a look and seeing what she's up to now. Maybe she's changed my mind because I'm sure the last time I looked into Geordie Princess, she was getting finger blasted in a jacuzzi of a absolutely run-down hotel in Sunderland. So Julie uses excess amounts of alcohol. I've got videos of her on lives where she walks through the streets, her and her partner threatening people, her and her... Oh, and I'm going to open the deep dive folder as well during this podcast. I've got loads of clips and things of Julie that I've never, put into a video or anything like that. We're going to do that as well. We're going to do that. This is going to be a meaty episode. Partner fighting. I'm going to break down some of these horrendous videos and really show you what it's like looking in to Geordie Princess. Oh, who wants to look into Geordie Princess? I really should have thought about the way I phrased that. That's just PTSD v PTSD.
Brushing the vagina.
Oh no. It's actually as worse as I forgot about this. I forgot about this. Maybe that is PTSD, like a memory blank. I just try to forget this ever happened.
No, it's the worst, isn't it? I used to put a little bit of coconut oil on afterwards for a couple of days.
Mate, this is not going to do coconut oil.
Oh, is it really bad on TikTok? Are we all over it?
Mate,
pH levels have never, ever been level. They are a mess. Putting all sorts up there.
You're bothered about what people think. We are fucking men. Live life.
Where do I even start with this one? Bloody hell. You tell me, James from the past. Hell. I mean, most people would not want that live streamed or would stream themselves talking about how the fact that most people wouldn't want to see it either, but here I am again. Here I am again. I feel like crying. Their private parts, shall we say, are itching. Itching it with a brush, needing to deal with it. A yard brush, maybe. Give it a good scrub. Never mind a hairbrush. Jet wash would be a good idea. Just, can we nuke it? I mean, obviously this video's been lifted and it's been uploaded straight away to TikTok saying probably riddled. And in the same video, Julie says, are you bothered about what people think of us on TikTok? Geordie Princess, you are bothered. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing it to us? Never mind you. I couldn't care less about you. James from the past was a lot nicer. I've got to say that. I've grown a little bit more into a I don't know, cynical man, an angry man. You tell me.
I don't like canvases. This is what democracy's about. Cut me down then. Cut me down. You know.
Oh, look at this editing blunder. I've got the video behind the amateur hour.
Come to the fucking door, bitch. You know my address. Come to the door. If you're not
I'll just insert this DM, Julie. That you... Oh, where she's complaining about being doxed, but then telling people to come to her house. I mean... Sent me, remember, where you were concerned about being doxed. Yet, in this live, you're telling somebody to come to your house in a threatening manner. You know, it obviously comes across like you're threatening for maybe a fight or an aggressive confrontation. Not exactly sure. These people be dumb. Showing that you're harassed by potentially being doxed. Right, now it's time to talk about the lovely couple, Geordie Princess and John.
Give your boyfriend your hand.
They're not a couple anymore, I don't think. I know she was like dating a very young guy as well at one point and all sorts of stuff like that.
And see what he does with it.
I know it be so complicated.
Couldn't be more from a Jeremy Kyle show, could it? Give him your hand and see what he gives you. A pouch of baccy. I mean, honestly.
Doesn't even know, does he think he's...
I mean, does he have a little member, or is it like the Grand Canyon down there and he can barely touch the sides?
When he really looks at it.
Seem like a pretty happy couple, don't they? Unfortunately, this is not the case.
Are you okay? You sure? I don't want to go on camera with it. No, so, listen guys, I'm going to come off live, and we'll talk to you. I need to wipe me. People try to make us feel bad because I kissed the taxi driver. So fun. Your point is, help me.
I think the point is you're a cheat. I think that was the point.
Be mentally tortured. No, I don't. You're not locking them up through this. Because I'm not giving no one statement.
Because he's hit you though, we have to.
It doesn't make a difference. I'm not going to get seen. Listen, like, I just want him gone. He's took his stuff. He took everything from the living room there. Everything. So he's not coming back. Nah. And I've got my key. I've got my bank card. Everything, doll. He can't come back. Please don't number because it'll just make.
That doesn't sound like a happy relationship to me. Nah, they were toxic, she's toxic, it's all toxic, and I think that's what I'm trying to allude to now. And I would like to talk a little bit about the cycle of abuse. Now, of course, the first stage is usually the tension building, so an argument, something is building, bubbling below the surface. Number 2 would be the incident, for example, the clips we've just watched, Geordie Princess saying that she's been hit by a partner. Then, of course, the reconciliation. The abuser apologises, gives excuses, or blames the abused. And then it's straight back to the honeymoon period. The love bombing and all that sort of stuff. We see it, unfortunately, daily on all sorts of different live streams across social media. There are toxic people like this, and everybody's watching it because it's a car crash. All lovey-dovey. Now, Julie made a good excuse for him at the door there when the police called. Now, there are clips online of Julie being as abusive to John, and the cycle of abuse can usually only be broken when 2 admit help or 2 leave one another and get... Never gonna happen. She's too like everything is poor me. She's never to blame sort of thing. If anybody has been triggered by this, please get in touch with me on Instagram through my DMs. The fact don't. I'm not answering DMs anymore. However, in my Linktree there is a list of over 100 different mental health charities that help with all sorts of things, from DV situations like this through to basically everything. I don't want to say too much. Freak, and I will point you in the direction of somewhere where you may be able to receive some sort of help on the issue. It is my belief that this relationship is abusive, is toxic, and should end. Now let's move on to Geordie Princess. I think pretty much every relationship she's entered into has been. This is use of drugs and promotion of drugs. Now in this clip, Julie can clearly... It's an interesting way to say it, promotion of drugs. Like, seeing the clip that Julie gets herself into, the absolute state she's in most of the time, doesn't exactly advertise, let's do it, guys. Really be seen having a joint, smoking weed and marijuana. Now, of course, TikTok's terms and conditions say that posting or streaming videos that promote illegal... They are stricter with this now, but they weren't then. Illegal activities should get your account banned on TikTok. This includes posts that depicts acts of physical harm, human exploitation, illegal trade, or breaking the law in any way. Now, of course, I don't have to tell anybody, but cannabis is illegal to possess, grow and distribute or sell. The laws may have changed in the UK. It is a Class B drug with penalties for unlicensed dealing, unlicensed production and unlicensed trafficking of up to 14 years in prison. Geordie Princess often claims to have deals with many makeup brands, etc. I have no idea, absolutely not, how you could have such a deal and break the law. Also, I'm unsure how she can get any sort of contract promoting any brands when she speaks about people like this.
I feel like telling every single person on my life to message or work, but you know what it is? I'm not that kind of person. I'll deal with that.
By saying that, you suggest them to do it?
Ever. She's never once been with her Ben. Ever.
See the live title? I missed it. The live title, for those who can't see it as well, on the old Spotify, get the gifts in for the drinks. And I can't believe where I was like, there's no exact evidence of it begging. I mean...
Not that I've seen of. Mum's probably got custody of it, man.
So that's where we will leave it on today's deep dive. Geordie Princess, a toxic influencer. Now you guys tell me, should there be a part 2 to this? If there's enough comments and enough interest, I will definitely look even further into Geordie Princess. Right, so as I said, let's dive into the deep dive folder and let's see what clips that I might not have put out before. There's quite a few, including one called Headbutt. Let's check that out. Right, so for you podcast listeners on Spotify, I'll do the best to describe what we're about to see. Now, this is titled Headbutt. I'm hoping to see her getting... No, I'll not say that. So we see Geordie Princess walking out of presumably her house to the neighbour's window. She's smashing her fist against the window. Honestly, can you imagine her being your neighbour? Whoa, and there's the headbutt to the window. And again, doesn't seem to have knocked any sense into her. She looks absolutely mortal as well, as usual. Right, let's have a look at these other ones. What else we got? Oh, the milkshake. Oh, the milkshake. I know people have seen it before, and I have had this before, but it's brilliant. So you've got Geordie Princess sitting on the streets of Newcastle city centre, I believe, not far from a McDonald's, and some absolute hero is about to come walking in with a milkshake, and boom, right to the chops. You see, this stuff only happens to people who are, like, universally hated. Like, if you weren't hated by so many people, this wouldn't happen. People wouldn't go out the way to do this sort of thing. I mean, look at her. She looks like an absolute numpty. What is she saying as well? Because she knows somebody's filming her. Bang, right in the chops. I mean, my goodness. Waste of a milkshake, really, when you think about it. Let's see what else I've got. Oh, so this is her at a pub, presumably. Barmaid's giving her some lip. She's giving some back. Look at her! Look at her! Ah, she's had a slap from the barmaid. Get out. For those of you reviewing this video on YouTube, I'm sure this is all acting. Where's she gone? No, she's had a slap. She's moved away. She left the pub now. I mean, you don't square up to a barmaid at a local pub in the northeast. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to get worse treatment than dude versus dude. Well, probably not. Wait a minute, did she get slapped and fell over? Looked like she legit fell over. OF promo. Oof. I cannot watch that on here. Never going to bring me down. This should be interesting.
Fucking what, bitch? I'm proud of it,
I mean, you don't look like you are a phoenix rising from the ashes, do you, really?
Bitch! I have come across heroin addiction. Are you fucking mad?
Heroin addiction. I like the food supermarket heroin. It's value prices, but I don't know why you're addicted or why you had to overcome an addiction to. Don't get it? Oh my, look at the state of that. Imagine walking up to somebody in a bar and your pickup line being, I used to be on, I can't say the word, let's put it that way. What a pickup line. I'll have to try it. She's getting fatigue, eh?
Girls, I need your help.
Whoa, she looks like an actual ghost. What is going on?
Is there anybody that can advise me on what to take, or if there's anything that like a doctor can give us for tiredness and feeling?
Maybe stop like drinking all the time, doing other substances and things like that. Maybe try that. Maybe try going out for a walk, getting some vitamin D, and I don't mean the D that you normally get. I mean, you do look absolutely.
I don't know if it's, somebody said it was about getting the vitamin, I think it's like injections, but I really do need to start giving my body some vitamins, and if anybody could comment.
To be fair, your body's had a real bashing.
Or tag us in things that I could get and maybe try. I'm going to try the coffee with the lemon and...
You tried horse tranquilizers. I know that won't give you energy, but it means we don't have to hear you. And of course, here's some messages as well. Can't remember who these are from, but I assume these details have changed. Yes, 100% you can come, babes. And ho entry. That sounds about right. If you can help with tabs and stuff when you come out for this mood day / there is only the true ones going, I can pay you back by paying darling. Listen, you don't have to help. What do you do for work? Did I send you my... Hang on a minute. What now? What? I'm not reading that out. Details. And also, do you want to be added into the group? Babes. I've added your number. What do you work as? And I will definitely be giving you some makeup stuff. Gonna do a little hamper when I get paid. Honestly, the begs. I don't know who sent me those DMs and when. Probably weren't verified at the time, but I mean, they're pretty... Oh, there's a response from them. How much do you need, I said I can't afford a lot at the moment, haha. But I'll help anyway I can. And no, I don't have your details, darling. And yeah, add me to anything. I work for automotive. They both sound like they could be Geordie Princess, to be honest. The grammar, the spelling, the everything. My head hurts.
So guess what? I have bowel cancer.
Oh my, another person who lied about having cancer. I forgot about this. My goodness. What is it with these TikTokers, man? Just people in social media, full stop. We have delusive Andrew lied about cancer. And loads of people. Absolutely loads.
Woohoo! So basically, they're taking me bloods again twice this week. And then they're getting sent to the hospital.
Just literally putting on the voice, like when you ring in sick. I'm sorry, I can't come into work. The doctor's been doing bloods. I've got bowel cancer. Literally, how does having anything in your bowel make you sound like that?
And I've got to go up and get biopsy, but it's not a biopsy. It's
Why would you have to have a biopsy if they're diagnosed you?
got to go right up to me gut. So,
Well, you're used to things going up there and up to your gut, so you should be all right.
they've got to put this thing right up me gut. They've got to knock us out and put it up.
You're normally conscious.
And if they can burn it away, they can burn it away. Yeah, otherwise chemo, she said. So she's just...
So they haven't properly diagnosed you. They've only done a blood test. They need to do biopsy, but they're going to give you chemo. Obviously, this was a lot of rubbish. So a lot of you will know that I did a video, well, I don't know when that was posted, 5 months ago, where I was doing Reddit reactions. So Julie, Geordie Princess, has a Reddit thread completely dedicated to her. Now, I've done these before for Elphabar, Paul Breach, other people like that. Now, as it says in the poster here, Reddit reactions. Now, I have a real problem, and it's a real issue. Whenever I do any form of content, everyone thinks it's a deep dive. I can call it literally what it is. And somebody, I can guarantee, will say, well, that was a rubbish deep dive, or that's something we already knew. But anyway, I was just having a look at the Reddit. I was going to do an up-to-date reaction for here. And of course, I've seen this, so I'm going to have a look at the comments and talk about them as well as I've done for the other podcasts from Behind the Deep Dive. Have a look at some feedback. I'm also going to nip back and look at the comment section on the deep dive as well. Obviously, people wanted to share it about, which is great. Exciting times, good stuff. This is going to be good with bells on. Ben and Jerry's ready. I did tell everyone it was a short video as well. Expose. Here we go. Right. No idea how I actually feel about this. Fact Freak is great to raise awareness, but he's arrogant as when he gets his information incorrect, which often happens. And he's also financially benefiting from the subreddit without even having spoken to anybody. My goodness, that is dreadful. I tell you what, give us a second. I'll tell you how much I financially gained from that video. I financially gained from any content I create, just like any YouTube creator that has enough followers or whatever else. It's not something I can hide, and you can actually Google it as well. There we go. Would you like to know how much I financially benefited from that video? It's on, how many views? It's on less than 1,000 views. I made estimated revenue £6.41. You can see that's the video. It's my YouTube video analytics. I gained 4 followers and gained nearly £7. Sorry to come off arrogant. Maybe I'm just skeptical. Right, let's keep going. This is good. This is juicy. I feel the same way. I actually think he's going to go on Reddit users and some of the comments, if I'm totally honest. It was a reaction to your Reddit group. If there are people spreading misinformation in your group, remove it. Oh gosh, yeah. I can totally see that happening too. It's been a little wild, but trying to moderate it for the most part is fruitless, and I'm not that invested. Right, so you're complaining about a problem within the group, but you will not, I understand. Here we go. Everyone is, I've lost that. Everyone's allowed an opinion. Let's just say he's done her fair shave. Oh, have I? I don't know whether he's talking about me or her, because they said her in that sentence. Let's see what comes out of this. Might resurrect her if she thinks she's being defended in some weird way. I thought I was going to come on and defend her. I doubt he can find anything that defends any of her actions, behaviour, but we'll see this is good or bad. Apparently she's doing a podcast as well. I'd be interested in that. Has she done it? Has she done the podcast? You guys need to tell me. Right, what else we got? This is true. He just said on his live he reacted to the full Reddit thread on Twitch a while back, and this is just a short edit of that live. Should hopefully make people laugh and not to expect some investigation. He's already done one on the Alpha Bar, etc. That's right. That is correct. And also there's some not safe for work stuff on this Reddit as well, which I can't really whack up on YouTube, for example. And when it comes to awareness, I always think like it's exposure. The other groups that I've reviewed or looked at have been happy about it. Mr. Madness on Facebook, like these Reddit threads, because other people have gone and checked those groups out as well, and I don't talk about the groups in a negative way either. Right, as I said, I would come back and look at the comments on that deep dive. Oh, somebody asked for a part 2 years ago. Whoops. Unfortunately, so many wrong uns to talk about. We've got a comment here, top comment. Julie has changed massively in the past 12 months. She came on TikTok very sweet, quiet lass, but the real her came out soon. She thinks she has the right to go live in all sorts of places, be vile in front of children, etc. She openly talks about using, I can't say the word, and picking them up on TikTok. Julie shouts her own address out on live and constantly. I've heard it myself when she screams come to her door. She needs an intervention. She turns on every young girl if they don't give her the attention she craves, even if they donate a lot of money. I mean, it's true. People agreeing that she was a body shamer, etc. And somebody then said, I know her personally. I never thought she would be like this. And of course I just replied saying, sorry I had to find out this way. Somebody here has said, there was a live that I got in where her and her partner were play fighting and the police got rang on them. She apparently got dragged down to the floor by 4 cops while she was trying to stop her partner from getting arrested. He got arrested anyhow. Any sane person would have stopped the live to deal with the situation, but she kept it going. John had said something that she didn't like beforehand that I can't remember, and she was like, get the F out, get out. Yet when he got arrested, she was pining for him. She moans about all these people trolling her, but she's done far worse to others and cries when it gets put back onto her. She has a massive victim complex. I followed her before all of this, but once I saw the lives, I had a feeling she was a wrong 'un. Someone there saying, as a Geordie, we don't claim her. I thought Geordie Shaw was embarrassing. Then you've got her. Good one there. From Louise, she gets a lot of hate because she's a pathological liar. She lies about illnesses, John hitting her, and loads more. I used to be good friends with this lass. Worst mistake of me life. Worst mistake of my life. I'm trying to give it the dramatic that the text says. I am the one she accused of hacking her account and changing her passwords and much more. I'm finding all sorts of stuff now. Save Ralphie from Geordie Princess. RSPCA, listen up. This is a petition around Geordie Princess's dog. I don't even know if she still has the dog. I hope she doesn't. Let's save Ralphie from Geordie Princess. Hello, thanks for your time. So Geordie Princess on TikTok is infamous for her various lies and behaviours. Ralphie, her bull is her solo care. Ralphie, her bull is in her solo care. The owner lives a very dangerous lifestyle. This poor dog is inside the property majority of the time, around all of the illegal activities and drink. His poor system inhaling all of those things. She shouts at him for barking and seeking attention. She got him a shock collar instead of attending to his needs. She would rather be on live and show her dangerous behaviour. He doesn't have a proper diet. Most recently her windows were put out whilst Ralphie was home alone overnight. Due to owner being a police station. Instead of coming home and cleaning all the glass, instead sat online begging for money. Her life is a downward spiral, dragging this poor dog all over the place, leaving him alone in hotel rooms. He barely gets walked. This dog needs a full vet checked and removed from her care. If this dog is not removed, I would hate to see his decline. Now, this was over a year ago. They received 1,318 signatures. I don't know whether Ralphie is still in the ownership of Geordie Princess. I know that the RSPCA really have limited things that they can do legally, which is such a shame. And this, I can understand as an animal lover why people are so passionate about this, because Geordie Princess, like most of the people I speak about, cares about only one person, and that's Geordie Princess. So yeah, I'm checking out the Reddit page again. This is the 9th of the 1st I'm recording this. Obviously the podcast doesn't get released until the 1st of next month in February. But here we go. Now usually I put on like the most sort of viewed, well, whatever, I'm not going to say that. Very accurate. So there's a post here 14 hours ago. Court is 2 p.m. tomorrow on the court page's website. What's she at court for? Does anybody say? Do you know, this might be worth mentioning. I don't know if everybody knows, but if you know the name, date of birth, court, and it's an open case, I don't know what kind of case this is, you can submit an information request to the court of the outcome of the court hearing. I've done it for several people. I've done deep dives on and exposures on. So if anybody, sees this, they might think about doing it. Apparently she's been trying to mislead people by giving a different day, which, to be fair, she might just be all, she's flirting with this guy she's meant to be battling with. I mean, poor guy. So she's still live, obviously. There they go. Trump is still live. What kind of highlights we got on this one? Oh, is she going to go to Thailand? Oh, that's a very unfortunate video of a very large lady with a mask on with, let's say, very low-hanging fruit for those Spotify listeners. And it says, Julie was seen out dogging over the weekend. She's had to hide her face just in case somebody recognised her. Reddit lot are ruthless. Ruthless. This is why I had to do an edited version before. Oh, my goodness gracious. Who is... Oh, you'd be glad you were listening on Spotify. People on YouTube were going through this trauma together. Is that an infected belly button? Is that a belly? I thought it was a... I was thinking, my God, that's quite tight. But how does that happen? You filthy rotter. Oh, that's horrible. The only other person I've ever seen with anything like that, it's insane when I think I've reacted to two people in this situation from TikTok, was the one called Dinner with Karina or whatever, and she dated PDFs. So, I mean, maybe it's something that happens when you're a wrong'un. Julie Young. I mean, is that the case of trying to put, Young there and hope that people will sort of think about the same thing? I'm going to have to look her up. So I look her up, send her a message. Yo, Julie, let's put our things aside. Absolutely not. Hey, Julie, I think it's time that we just sorted it out, isn't it? I bet she's removed her stuff by now, hasn't she? Oh, we will not be connecting with Julie Young. What a shame. Either that or she's already blocked the Fact Freak on... Good God, what is going on there? When you see... Right, I was zooming in because there was a comment on the live that said, I love your top and everything, and I felt like saying, really? Are you being sarcastic? Are you doing, extreme level sarcasm? I didn't even see the comment there. Were you the one who got the milkshake chucked in your face in the tune? Yes, she was. Yes, she was. The state of her clip-ins. Are these her clip-in teeth? We need to zoom in on this. Can we not zoom in? We're zooming in before. Whoa. It reminds me of those joke teeth you would get in the shops, you know what I mean? Oh! It's Fact Freak. I mean, do I dare open the comments? It'll be 4 comments of the Fact Freak sucks. Okay.
You're on about Lennon, Stewie?
Yep. Great point. So this is this Lennon who was 19 or something, I think. Maybe younger. And then her saying, I've known him since she was 12. Grooming. Oh, and there's an age gap relationship like this, and the person who is obviously... Somebody made a TikTok out of me video. I'm absolutely cool with that. It's all awareness. Substantially older, she fucking is, has also known that person when they were a child. I understand why Lou has put groomer in the video, because it screams it, man. Do I dare upvote it? They'll be like, the fact freak's here. He's going to make £6.42 off us again. In all seriousness, great group. Worth joining if you have a distaste for Julie Askew, which, let's face it, who doesn't? There is over 1,000 members online. Get yourself over there. We will have a look at other threads on other sites and see what other people are saying about Julie as well. And I'm going to have to update myself. I'm going to have a little look with you guys as well. See what she's doing. Yeah, guys, so when I went to the Tattle Life threads, I've got to say, they are pretty dead. It's pretty dead over there. I will just draw attention to the fact that maybe that's because it is just as the title is named, same S, same address, same drama, same thing. It is a repetitive thing when it comes to this one, which is why I don't really spend a lot of time on it myself. I'm going to read this update. Now, I know it is an update all the way back from June, but I didn't know this. And yeah, so it says she was found guilty of what she did to Olivia and was sentenced to community order and restraining order. I'm not really surprised by this sort of stuff. And then obviously she slept with the oldie in the caravan. 2 days later, met a man she calls gangster and moved in with him for 5 days and got smashed on rum every day while clogging up his hot tub pipes. He looked on gormless, having to listen to babe, babe, babe every 5 minutes. She claimed he gifted her a house and a Range Rover, but we heard him on live saying he did neither. He did say she could drive the Range Rover if she paid her way. She left his eventually after lots of paranoia and talk of guns and returned home where her house was still full of flies over a week later. She still claims that the Range Rover belongs to her, even though it's sat abandoned in Ferry Hill Marketplace. You can even see it on Street View. Today, she is claiming her car has been moved to a safe place. It hasn't. And saying she was at Gangster Grandad's house last night, as well as another taxi man, Darren's house, Shalag. She had a hotel booked for her TikTok crush JT, who was in his early 20s, but this doesn't seem to be going ahead now because maybe it's finally sinking in that he's a troll. I mean, like I say, this storyline may be shocking to people who've never come across Geordie Princess, but this is just like a normal day with this absolute crackhead. Right, guys, I thought we'd end this podcast episode on me reacting to something I've not seen. Now, I know this is from a while ago, but it is the police arriving at a hotel where Geordie Princess was obviously staying. And yeah, I mean, it's just more car crash, isn't it?
She's literally, like, fucked my whole life up.
Right.
As well.
Can I take you up there then?
But how far away is it from the town? Because I've got to walk back down.
Pretty much in the town.
Is it? Right, hurry then.
Is the dog in the area?
But I needed a shower and everything, and this is what I mean. Like,
for once, I agree with her.
I paid for this, and then that broke us because people are ringing up everywhere. Like, every...
Or in the next podcast episode, the next Behind the Deep Dive is on the deep dive I did on Sam Pepper. Now, I can't actually remember anything about that one, so it'll be interesting to revisit that and see if anything else has come out about that guy.
Place that I go to, I just feel manic right now, honestly. Like, I just feel like I'm not even bothered if now...
Yeah, Geordie Princess is a creator that genuinely is not good for your mental health to be watching, because it is literally like the same train wreck every day. And I've got a lot of respect for people who want to try and raise awareness of an issue, but she's a very small crackhead in a very big pond, and literally you kill her, starve her of the oxygen, whether it be negative or positive, and she'd just fade away into non-existence. I'm surprised that she's still alive with the way she treats her body and the way that she goes on.
When I've been threatened and I've been scared the last few weeks, I'm not even bothered anymore. Like, I'm at that stage where I just couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Even if somebody hit
Oh, you're hard.
us, I wouldn't be bothered. It's just what they've done to us. That's all. What they've done to us is actually disgusting.
I was just looking for something for Julie there. Always opportunity for a tiny violin with this one.
Charge us on that.
Always.
Right.
Need this? Is it empty?
Don't forget, if you've enjoyed the podcast, to like and also leave a comment below and let me know. Do you know who this creature is, or have you just discovered them with this podcast? Any sort of thoughts you want to put in, guys?
Oh no, I need it because it's got my prescription in it. Thank you.
You're going to go in the back of the van with the dig, and then we'll sit in the front.
Yeah, with the what? The dig. I thought I had fucking that vape liquid thing in his pocket. There's fume in there. Right, the dog won't bite you, but he possibly could with that big one. With him. Come here, son.
What's he called?
Ralphie. What's the matter?
What's the matter? He's living in hotel rooms with you, smoking it.
It's actually not being too bad.
Is it?
No.
Trying to get a bit off your dog.
It's just funny because of the uniforms and because you watch me ex get locked up. You watch me ex get locked up a million times. Yeah.
The dog has a hatred for the police.
You've got it. Yeah, and he.
That's not yours up there, is it? The hairdryer?
No, no.
Right, are you ready to go?
Yeah, because once I leave here, I've got no Wi-Fi either.
I'll have you not. They might have it up there, like, to be fair.
Thank goodness.
What?
If somebody needed a complaint ban from Wi-Fi, it would be this lady.
No, not because I haven't been in, because the bloke's been in.
Go on then, we'll follow you down.
So is that why you came now, because of the manager?
Yeah.
I bet any hotel's glad to see the back of this one.
I think it's because I've never been like this before. Like the last 2 days has been horrendous. And
You like this all the time.
then I'm getting this jacket off somebody. I've got no clothes. I feel like a proper tramp, honestly.
All going in the lift, come on.
Well, you look like one as well.
Yeah.
Oh, want to take the stairs? It's only one.
No. Everyone's saying that you sound really decent.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to try the best.
They actually are the most decent cops that I've met.
They kind of have to be polite.
After you.
I wouldn't like to run away from the one behind you though.
Yeah, so that's about as much time as I can give that crackhead. She's an obviously complete waste of space, a complete lolcow on the internet, and I implore you all to block her and ignore her, starve her of the oxygen. Right, thanks for listening, guys. Peace. See you next month.